What's up, YouTube? What's up, YouTube? It's your boy back with another one. People, in today's video, we want to discuss the new feeding trough for the political elite and the politically connected, which is Daybreak Farms. Let me know what you think about this video in the comment section below. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe to the channel. You know, we family, right? Holler. People, sadly, we all know what our government is capable of or not capable of. State capture, right? State capture exposed something that government officials, ANC executives, ANC comrades, and anybody linked politically to the ANC had found ways to siphon money from companies, from business ventures. And so the state capture report exposed that. One would think that by now that practice would have stopped because it's been exposed. But no, the arms deal was just the beginning. Why? Because the comrades or ANC affiliated members or people that are linked to the political elite have now found ways to skim money, to charge fees, consulting fees that render no services. They invoice companies for simple things. Eskom became the feeding trough for the ANC, according to Eskom's former CEO, right? And they're saying they were losing R1 billion a day to these political elites. Damn, R1 billion a day. Damn. Then there was the VBS scandal, and it just goes on and on, right? Lotto, oh my goodness, where does it stop, guys? Where does it stop? Tender fraud. You would think by now these fat cats have had enough. They're going to stop. They've eaten enough. I mean, the belly is already big. You can already see where the man touched his stomach. It's so freaking big. I'm not saying he's stealing or he's in. I'm just talking about the size of his stomach. That should be a sign that the comrades have eaten. Because when he got into office, his stomach wasn't that big. Now his stomach is that big because he's living comfortably with a huge salary and perks to go with that. So his big stomach is justified because he has the money. And the proof is in the pudding, right? Because he's a minister, he's got perks, he's got all those things. And he is in close proximity to the people that are actually feeding off the new trough or the past troughs even. Now here's my thing. We would think that eskom had to be the last. I mean, come on. You plunge the country into darkness. You're not trying to get the country back on track for so many years because you really wanted to milk it and all that. Just goes to show you that not all South Africans are South Africans because some South Africans are willing to see all South Africans suffer in darkness while they plunder the resources and the capital that's meant to be used to improve the electricity supply authority, right? Guess what? You'd think Eskom would be the last because it's been exposed worldwide, right? No, not at all. Guess what? Now we have Daybreak Farms. Damn. Daybreak Farms was acquired in 2015 by the PIC, right? But I think by the Agri Group, if I'm not mistaken. They saw that it wasn't profitable for them, so they decided to upload it. And the PIC, the Public Investment Corporation, decided to buy it for 1.2 billion rands. 1.2 billion rands. People, the PIC, right, had a partnership with a businessman. I think his surname was Vaponia or something, right? Then somewhere along the line, I think 2016, 2017, they had a fallout or something like that. And then the businessman goes his own way. PIC takes full ownership of Daybreak Farms. By 2018, they appoint a new board of directors. Now, apparently, listen to this. Apparently, there's a lady in on that board of directors that is actually a lawyer who became an associate at some lawyer company that was then running this whole entire operation. In fact, there was even another member that she insisted be put back on the board or be included in the board who was previously not included for board membership. But this lady insisted that he be put on the board. And this lady is an associate at a law firm. Now, check this out. People, I know corruption is rife. I know corruption is everywhere. I know almost every second, third, fourth person does it, whether it's just overlooking something, whether it's not reporting something, whether it's just turning a blind eye to something. For me, that is still corruption. So we all kind of like do it in a certain way. May not be as lethal as other people, may not be as dangerous as other people's, but still, corruption is corruption, no matter how big, no matter how small. The PIC owns Daybreak Farms now, and they changed the whole board. And this new board had no business, no interest in turning business around. They were in it to plunder. So in 2015, when it was acquired, right, it was an ailing business. But when the PIC took it over in 2015, they managed to turn things around. It was actually quite profitable, right? Until there's this guy, they started complaining about certain board members. And then they appointed a new board member. They appointed new board members. So it's these new board members that then decided that they're going to plunder the finances of Daybreak. And how do they do this? A simple phone call, a simple letter that gets sent out to a customer, to a client from this law firm on behalf of Daybreak. The law firm will bill or invoice Daybreak about, according to the report, about 84,000 just for sending a phone call or anything. They bill them 80,000, 64,000, 100. People. What levels of corruption are we getting to now? I mean, I'm trying to think, are you that hungry for money? Are you that desperate for cash? I mean, the story just doesn't add up. It just doesn't make sense. Then the funny thing is that the whistleblowers complained to the PIC about what was going on in the company because it's the board of directors that were approving all illicit activity. Now, the whistleblowers were now taken to task, being charged with defrauding, fraud allegations, by this law firm that was now running the business. I mean, I'm not an investigative journalist or anything like that, I'm trying to. You know, I always say there's white corruption and there's black corruption. White corruption, they steal, but they build. They give you, they deliver. There you go. But they take. You don't see it that they've stolen, but they deliver. Black corruption, they steal. They they don't even deliver. It's like they partly deliver. It's like I always go back to the Estina dairy farm project. They just put a gate. That was it. They just put a gate. Some housing contracts, they build substandard houses using the cheapest bricks they can get. South Africans don't care about other fellow South Africans. Just don't care. We build these cheap houses. If it falls, it falls. Whoever dies, dies. As long as we pocket this 1 billion rand. That's the way to go. Now, Daybreak. We go back to Daybreak. The whistleblowers now are failing, are struggling because they've now, they now have this, um, what's the word? They now have this, not judgment on their names. They have this, what's the word? What's the word? Because they have a court case, they're in litigation, right? They're in litigation. So they've been charged with fraud for the company or something like embezzlement or something. So they cannot find jobs because they have this criminal case pending on their names. Now they struggle. PIC is quiet. The PIC is not saying anything. Now this ties back to government because the PIC is a government's dude. The PIC is a state-owned enterprise, right? So I would think it falls under the Ministry of Agriculture, right? That's just on the business side. The shenanigans that are happening on the business side, right? In all this, the money's being plundered. They're invoicing the PIC for thousands for simple things. Money's going. A former, was it a former CEO? She gets paid 650,000, or was it 600,000? And then she resigns. And yet there are workers who haven't been paid, right? It's on the business side. That's it, right? The biggest tragedy and casualties of this whole Daybreak Farm story is the chickens. Chickens have not gotten feed. Chickens are starved to death. Chickens are now cannibalizing. How? What has humanity turned to? How do us, as black people, how do we sleep at night knowing, knowing that we've taken livelihoods, we've killed innocent birds, like 400,000 birds have to be culled. There are some that are already beyond skeletal. They can't be saved. Those got to be killed. How do we look in the mirror every day and say, I am a South African and I'm proud to go to my job and I'm here to serve? The Daybreak Farm scandal. I'm hoping that it's going to be the last because we cannot keep going down the same old path, the same old thing. Public funds being looted. It's now become a national sport to see who can loot the most funds from any available source. Like I was saying, it started with the arms deal. Then the next biggest thing was the eskom deal. Then it became the lotto. Then it became the entrepreneurs. Now, or then it was the VBS thing. Now it's the daybreak. So the modus operandi is the same. Anyway, with these public funds going into public enterprises that can be looted, anyway, there's big tenders being awarded. There's funds that can be looted. Why are we like that? Why? Some of these some of these looters already live in very high places, very expensive places. And some of these looters already have more than enough of what they really need. So why are they doing what they do? Let me know what you think about this topic in the comment section below. Was I on the money or did I totally miss it with this one? Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe to the channel. You know we family, right? Holla.